Hey guys, did you know that children 8 to 12 in the United States nearly spend 6 hours in screen time every single day? And that's on educational sort of content, entertainment content, all of the above. I was blown away when I seen those stats. Hey, what's up guys? Reporting live from Medellin, Colombia. Today we're gonna talk about cutting screen time. Like, here's my phone right here. We literally gotta cut screen time, right? Like, put our phones to bed. I know it's a big challenge, you know, because one, we don't see our phone as a tool. We don't see it as something that is just a utility to help us to accomplish that which we need to do, whether it's work, whether it's entertainment, that we just want to, you know, sort of go and binge some Netflix, or, you know, go scroll through social media. A lot of these things aren't bad, but at the end of the day, if you mistreat the tool, or mistreat the way you use the tool and mismanage yourself, I'm telling you, it'll end up all bad. But when I talk about like cutting screen time, like literally, see this knife, cutting screen time is essentially finding ways to put away your phone, maybe even downgrading products. Like, probably you have an app that you're addicted to. I know I've been really addicted to sort of going to Duolingo and different social media channels that I think are really helpful for me when it comes to consuming content and sort of, you know, numbing some of the emotions and things that I deal with during the day. However, what if we looked at our situation different and we put the phone away and we allow ourselves to go into a place where we don't need to consume content all day from your cell phone? Maybe you need to read a book. Maybe you need to stay away from any screens and go and pray. There's a lot of different things that you could do that could be extremely helpful. Now, my iPhone, probably, let me see, 12 or 13, something like that. I don't know which iPhone I have. I typically don't stay up to date with the newest iPhones. It cost about $550 brand new whenever I bought it. And it takes about 8 hours of my day, specifically when I work. And I'm gonna give a screenshot right here of how many hours I spend on my phone on average during this past week. So check out that screenshot right there. And when you run the numbers, if you're getting paid, you know, $20 an hour by using your phone, you will be spending more than $3,000 a month on your phone. Think about that. Like, every single day, that $20 an hour adds up to $3,000 a month. And that is a lot. I can't afford to use my phone if I was paying to use it. So think about it from that perspective. Like, your time is precious, and it costs every bit of sort of your life in insanity. Like, what is it that you're devoting your attention to? Because whatever has your attention will have your affection. And I'm trying to sort of distance myself the best I can at different moments that I need to be spending more time with my family. Specifically on the weekend, I've got really good at putting my phone on airplane mode at different times, unless it's a rush to get some type of work done. But try to find a way you can implement a Sabbath day to really do less screen time and make it less attractive for yourself. Again, what apps is it that are causing you to put your attention towards that app more than you're applying your time to things that matter most, like your family, most importantly, your faith, God? How are you spending your time? I know me, we always try to run to like looking at reading a book, or, you know, going on a nice walk through nature. Like, there's a lot of different things that we do to help us like get off the screen and get away. I wish I actually could have did this video with my wife, because she's really good about that. And one thing that we're going to do this summer, we're planning on doing a good amount of things missionally, as far as with the coffee shop, putting our hands to the plow where we serve people on the ground right here in Medellin, Colombia. That's one thing, putting our skills to the test and really starting something new. So initiatives, what initiatives in your life can you start that you can have your head in the clouds, but your feet on the ground, not your heads in the screen and your hands to things that they don't need to be to. How can you be most productive? Think of that one thing this summer. Write in the comments, what is something that you want to start that you have not yet started? And I want to hear more from you on that. Also, a second thing that is super helpful is replacing activities. We talked about that a little bit. I know for myself, here are some of the main things that really help me out. Like, I cut down, I only during a certain block of time watch YouTube and Netflix. There's a specific time that I spend 1 hour to 2 hours at most a day watching either something on YouTube to learn, to edify me, to encourage me, to build me up. Or there's days where I need entertainment, like I gotta watch something, I want a story, and I'll jump over to Netflix. And even on my Spanish learning journey right now, I've been using a lot of sort of Netflix with the language at the bottom of the screen to help me learn Spanish and immerse myself sort of in Spanish. And it's been incredible. But another thing, some of you guys go to Amazon. Like, you can't help but to go to Amazon and shop and buy all of these different things. Or maybe some of you just looking for the next thing you can buy with your next check. Those type of things are not necessarily bringing value to your life, just mindlessly. I remember when we lived in the United States, Amazon was literally at our door 4 times a week. Isn't that right, boo? 4 times a week? Would you say that? Amazon was at our house like 4 times for something, even if it was small, one item. But I think we always had something coming 2 or 3 times a week. So yeah, my wife just shared, there's different things that we were attached to in America that we no longer have that issue. And it's really incredible. But also choosing to leave your phone outside of the room that you're in, even outside of the place that you're in. I know sometimes I go down to the coffee shop, don't even bring my phone. It really helps. And then even when you come in from work, fellas, gentlemen, fathers, friends, listen, when you come in from work, one thing that I implemented in America really well, I don't necessarily do it as much here because it's not as big of a problem, but I will put my phone to bed. I will put it in the dresser. I will shut the dresser, and then I will just go and spend time with my kids, have dinner, go to a park, maybe watch something together as a family, but the phone would be put to bed. And when you're with friends, check this out. I think one of the coolest things and what shows so much about a person's character, their character, is that when you're hanging with them, they're there. They're intentional about, you know, putting their phone away and meeting with you. You know, sometimes we get so caught up in 20, 30 conversations, not that many, that's a lot. Some people really do have that many conversations a day, but probably 3 to 5 conversations where they're back and forth. They're texting people at the coffee shop, at the bakery, at the restaurant, and they're talking to you and they're picking their phone up, they're watching it as you talk, and it's just super disrespectful or dishonoring, I would say, to not be intentional about the person you're in front of. Jesus didn't have that problem. I get that thousands of years ago where he had to put his phone down and pick his phone up. No, he was available for the people he met. He didn't invest in buildings and projects. He didn't invest in all these different things. He invested in people, and our heart should be to keep our attention on the people that's in front of us while we allow the Lord to speak to us so we know what to say to them in that given hour. How can we be intentional, and how can we be, you know, present if we allow ourselves to be distracted by the many things that are in front of us, including the screen and our cell phone and everybody who's reaching out to us? The same thing when you're reading a good book, you know, you want to put everything away and really be intentional about reading that book. Or when you're working out, you want to be focused on working out and even learning something new, whatever that may be. You know what it is that you're learning right now today. How can you do that with a divided mind? And I want to encourage you with that. The last thing, this is a non-negotiable that I want to share with you, and then I'll move out the way. But I've switched phones probably about 3 times in the past maybe 2 or 3 years. And we've also had another phone that we bought from Colombia that is now no longer gone. I got distracted and somehow we lost that phone. So it just shows you, like, you know, you have these things and one moment they're there, one moment they're gone. And you know, when they're gone, you don't understand, like, wow, I could really do without it. Like, we haven't even been in a rush to go get a new phone. It's been about 3 months, well, maybe 2 months now since we've been missing that phone, or a month and some change, somewhere in there. But this is hopefully going to be the last time I switch my phone for a long time, because I don't want to necessarily buy a brand new phone, invest all this money towards, when I have a perfectly capable phone right now in front of me. But you have ads every single year of a new iPhone or new iPad that comes out, and there's people, and no shame to the people that do this, but they're the first one that buy that new phone, and they justify it saying, man, I work all the time on this phone and this and that because I was that guy. But at the end of the day, is it costing you more than you're actually willing to pay? Are you willing to give up the weekends with your family? Are you willing to give up the evenings with your kids? And all in the name of doing the work on your phone and different things like that as creators. And you know how that is. We got to continue to invest in ourselves and in the calling, in the career, the thing that we have. But at the end of the day, is it costing you more than just money? Is it costing your family, your attention, your affection? And I just want to encourage you with that. Last thing, I will not keep downloading apps, but just downloading the ones I need. I'll just only find ones that I actually like need, and I'll keep them close by and handy. And also, I'll fully block access to the things that's distracting me. What's distracting you now that's keeping you from doing that which you set out to do, which God is calling you to do? Like, it can be as simple as, I would say, there are times where TikTok, for instance, I've had to get rid of TikTok and delete TikTok off my phone. That was about a year ago, because again, I will find myself mindlessly scrolling, not doing work on there, but just mindlessly scrolling, and I have to get rid of it. And then there's other things that are not as extreme, like an extra email tab that I don't even necessarily use, but it was sending a lot of spam messages, and I was getting notified of all this just stuff. In the WhatsApp, you know, there's certain even, you know, notifications you got to turn off WhatsApp, some of the groups that you have and things like that. Those are just some pro tips. Information is almost everything. Well, I think it's everything, specifically information that's coming from the truth, which is the word of God, but also information that's coming through people who have experienced real things. So I hope the wisdom that I've been able to share today, from the standpoint of applying ways you can just get away from your screen, has helped you a little bit today. All right, guys, I'm going to let my wife take over and share some wisdom about screen time really quick. Let's go.
Hey, you guys. How are you? So these are my couple thoughts about just screen time. For me personally, I'm not a huge fan of screen time, honestly. It's not my favorite thing to do. So, but it doesn't mean that I don't use screen time. It's just that it's not my favorite thing to do. But I did want to mention how, like, I don't know if we're trying to touch on this, but in the beginning of our marriage, we had no TV. Did you talk about that?
Oh no, that's a good one.
Yeah, the first time that the first year that we got married, for a few years, like I think it was like 4 years before our kids were born, we didn't have TVs, so we didn't watch TV. We just read books, and if we watched, it was like on YouTube, but it wasn't like we need a TV and we need to sit there and consume and all of that. So I think that helped us a lot to be more present with each other and enjoy like the moment and the experiences. And maybe because we didn't have a TV, that's why there was 5 kids that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
I'm just kidding.
That's true. That's true.
Just kidding. Woo. Just kidding. But for my kids personally, like we try to do as much as we can outdoors. I've done a lot of research too on like the effects that like screen time has on children and just on people overall. Like watching too much TV is like a waste of time for me, because you're just consuming something, consuming content, whether it's on your phone, on the TV screen, and then you're just sitting there like you're not doing anything productive.
Pero películas son muy buenos.
Yes. Yeah, like it's okay to watch a movie once in a while, but I'm talking about like every day you just sit down, you just watch TV, you just sit there hours. I think like for our kids, I want to talk about our kids because I'm very almost anti-TV and screen time. It is helpful, don't get me wrong, like when you're out at a restaurant or you need to calm your kids for like 5 minutes so you can do something peacefully, or while you're cooking, doesn't watch TV, like I'm for that. But for it to be something that they need to do every day, it's not necessary. I know we found a lot of different ways to entertain the kids without screen time, whether that's coloring, painting, going on a walk, riding their bikes, different things like that. So we've been able to do that, like, and I think it gets to a point where the more we do activities outside the house or inside the house, the less they think about their TV. They don't think about phones, they don't think about anything, because they know how to entertain themselves with each other and with toys and just whatever is around them. I think it's very essential that you as a family like go outside, have times where you disconnect from everything, go on nature walks. Nature walks are a great time to reconnect with just nature, with your family, with God, and it has huge benefits. Hopefully you don't get electrocuted by that.
No tocar. No
So
hey, it won't be screen time, it'll be scream time. That electric wire tear me up.
okay, so yeah, really that's my thoughts. It's just screen time on your phone or on TV just takes away from real life, like real actual present moments in life and memories, and I don't want to be robbed of that because of a device. And it doesn't add any value to you unless you are like getting some sort of information, knowledge, or studying. But just because I'm bored and I want to watch something, no, I think it's really good that we start tapping into our gifting. God has given each one of us gifts and talents to use for Him, and I don't think we should waste them just sitting on TikTok, Reels, whatever it is that you're doing, honestly, with the TV. And so yeah, tap into the giftings that God has given you. Try new things. It doesn't have to be something you're talented about, but you can try new things. Try painting. Recently I tried watercolor with coffee, and I found out that I'm not the best, but I could use some practice. And different things, pottery clay, like sculpting, whatever it is. There's different things that you can tap into that can bring glory to God, and you can develop a new skill to maybe like make it a career out of it, or a job out of it. So,
oh yeah, absolutely.
That's all I have on screen time.
And I'll just say this too, a lot of you guys make your income, which I think I talk about lightly in this video in the talking head part, but a lot of you guys make your income from the screen. So like if you're a YouTuber, if you're a creator, a lot of you guys are digital nomads like ourselves, and let's get it right, because a lot of people are making even their income through digital means by being, you know, working from like home through their company, and they're like an accountant or some other career job. And I get it, you're on Zoom calls all day. Listen, we're not saying you can't be on the screen, but make sure you're mindful of the time that you're spending there. And I just want to encourage you guys with this. Moving to Latin America has naturally moved us away from spending a lot of time on the screen. So we're not spending as much time nearly as we used to when we were living in Texas. No talk down on America or anything, but look how many people are in the streets. This is just the street that we live on. I mean, anywhere you go here in Medellin, it's gonna be people everywhere in the streets actively engaging in real relationships, not just social media DMs, but real relationships.
You talk about like there's a lot of entrepreneurship here. Like everybody has their own business.
Oh yeah.
Baking cake, like selling whatever. They make everything an entrepreneur opportunity.
Totally.
So that's something I really love here.
Yes.
There is benefits to, you know, working digital and all that, but there's a lot of entrepreneurship here. And people use their talents and their giftings to make income for their families.
Absolutely. It's so organic, so original. Like, look at all these stores on one street. It's pretty insane. But yeah, guys, we just want to encourage you with that. And yeah, stay tuned. Hey guys, did you know that children 8 to 12 in the United States nearly spend 6 hours in screen time every single day? And that's on educational sort of content, entertainment content, all of the above. I was blown away when I seen those stats. And did you guys also know whenever you spend excessive time on screens, it can also lead to depression. It can lead to just excessive sort of overthinking and even decrease of sleep. Man, it is crazy. Come on now. I don't know how many stats I gotta give to show y'all that it is a problem. Screen time itself can be an epidemic, especially in the households and different families that we know, that we associate with, even our own homes. So find ways to bring peace and bring this truth to those who need it most. All right guys, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna sneak in my wife's phone and just go look at her screen time and see how much in comparison with my screen time does she really spend on her phone during the week. So let's check that out right quick. Here it is, the moment of truth. 5 hours, wow. And she spends a lot of time on her phone on Tuesdays particularly. That's pretty wild. And now let's look at mine, the moment of truth. Who's gonna win? Who do y'all think gonna win? Put it in the comments below. She did 5 hours and 31 minutes per day on average a week, her daily average. And Tuesdays being the high day. How many times, you know, how much time do you think I spend on my phone as an influencer, but also as someone who works on his phone? Take a wild guess. 3, 2, 1. I want you right now below in the comments to look, go to your settings, go down to screen time, and look and see how much time you spend on your phone and put it in the comments. I want to know. All right, but here we go. Wow. It's a whopping 9 hours and 19 minutes, bruh. That's crazy. And my highest day is also Tuesday. What are we doing on Tuesdays? But the cool thing is, because I knew we were gonna do this video, I challenged myself to take my screen watching time down 40%. And I did 40%. It's 40% down this week. Let's go. All right.